Hello students, in the previous session we were discussing about valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, but this theory fails to explain about the strength of the bonds. Before going to that, we will discuss what is a bond angle. Bond angle is nothing but it is the angle made between imaginary lines that pass through nucleus of two atoms. So this is called bond angle. Right. Now we shall discuss a new theory called valence bond theory. Valence bond theory was put forth by Linus Pauling in the year 1954. Valence bond theory was put forth by Linus Pauling. He put it forth in the year 1954. The first point here says that when two atoms approach each other, to form covalent bond, the electron present in the valence shell, the valence orbitals, they overlap one another, and the electrons present in the valence shell are shared by both the nucleus. This is what he said. The covalent bond between two atoms is formed when two atoms approach each other and one atom overlaps the other lap in the valence bond containing unpaired electron. The valence orbital of other atom that contains unpaired electron of opposite spin. So the so formed paired electrons in the overlapping orbitals are attracted to nucleus of both the atoms. Now, once they overlap, one electron will be of one spin, other electron will be of other spin. When they come closer, the orbitals will overlap, and this is attracted by both the nucleus of both the atoms. So this is the first point in the valence bond theory. Second point is, the greater the overlapping, the greater will be the strength of the bond. If you take two s orbitals, the overlapping will be maximum. Similarly, if you take p orbital sideways, the overlapping will be maximum. If you take them like this, the overlapping is very less. So the strength of the bond depends upon the extent of overlapping between the two orbitals. Right, that is the second point. Now, once the overlapping happens, the inner shells and the nucleus does not get affected. Only the valence shell orbitals overlap each other. The inner orbitals and the nucleus will not get affected. That is the third point. Each bonded atom maintains its own atomic orbitals, but the electron pair in the overlapping is shared by both the atoms involved in the overlapping. Only the outermost shell electrons are shared between both the atoms. The inner shells, inner orbitals and the nucleus doesn't get affected. So that is about the fourth point. The fifth point, whenever there are more than multiple bonds formed, first the sigma bond will form, later on the pi bond will form. Sigma bond is whenever the orbitals overlap end to end or head on overlapping, this type of bond is called sigma bond. Whenever they overlap sideways, it is called pi bond. Now, whenever there is a multiple bond in the atoms, always sigma bond forms first, later on pi bond will be formed. So, sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. First of all, sigma bond will be formed. Next is the pi bond will be formed because sigma bond is stronger than the pi bond. That is about the fourth point. After formation of sigma bond, the other bonds are formed due to overlap of orbitals sideways, laterally, weaker pi bonds. The sigma bond is stronger because the electron paired is concentrated more between the nucleus due to end or head on overlap. Why the sigma bond is stronger? Because the electrons present in the sigma bond are attracted more by the nucleus of two atoms. That is why sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. Whenever multiple bond is involved, first always the sigma bond will be formed, next the pi bond will be formed. This is about valence bond theory. We shall discuss some examples of valence bond theory. Let us take chlorine atom. In the chlorine molecule, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. So these 5 electrons are shared like this. In the pz there is 1 electron. So 1 electron of pz which is present in 1 electron present in pz orbital overlaps with another electron present in another pz orbital of chlorine atom, and this is how the bond formation looks like. It is forming a sigma bond. Next, let us see the formation of N2 molecule. In N2 molecule, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So the 3 electrons are present in px, py and pz. The overlapping will look like this: one along x axis, one along y axis, another along z axis, overlap each other. The electrons present in it, they overlap each other in the case of nitrogen molecule. That is, the atomic orbitals px, py, one will overlap sideways like this, other will overlap end on end like this, end to end. One more will overlap along the z axis like this. So here you have 3 kinds of overlappings, among which the px overlapping is maximum. So this is forming a sigma bond, other 2 are forming pi bonds. That's about nitrogen molecule. Similarly, you can discuss about the oxygen molecule. That's about valence bond theory. In the next class we shall discuss about valence bond theory hybridization. So that's all for today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.